I'm very excited, as many of you are, I'm sure, to always know what I'm thinking. I like finding out what I'm thinking from people who don't know me. I think they're the best judge of what's actually going on in my head is total strangers, especially those that I have animosity towards, and that eventually, they're going to every thought I have is opposite of theirs, and that's how I know what's in their head. And I think that is how it works over at InfoWars. Now, you're currently watching infotainmentwars.com, and I hope you'll subscribe. Do it. I'm not using bots. I refuse to do it. You hear that, Elon Musk? I'm not botting my way to success. You are, congratulations, a part of a non-GMO organic social media crowd. So plant your own seeds. What? And like and subscribe. And if you're part of our Twitch community, don't forget, with Amazon Prime, it doesn't cost you a dime. If you've got that, you can subscribe on Twitch and help out the show. Also other things. Now, as you'll see, the Democrats' new January 6th agenda leaked because apparently, I guess he's had dozens of other videos about the old agenda. They're gonna dust off the old agenda, Marge. Give it a good spit polish and swing for the fences. I'll meet you in the barn. But chance to recast midterm message. Here's the new, all new, with fiber. And let's see. There's going to be an ad. Should the United States Embassy remain? Oh God, who gives a shit?
They don't even hide it anymore.
I didn't realize. Sorry, it scared me. I thought it was going to be Alex Jones. I was not expecting his Amish fill-in. Seriously, can you? Is there such thing as an Amish youth pastor? There is no way this dude doesn't have a thumb drive or a hard drive with a thumbprint that you have to get into. You have to have his fingerprint to get into, or he has to put his thumb on it and say a magic word. Leather Goddess of Phobos says organic only means it is carbon based. This means that Kimberly Guilfoyle is not a subscriber. This is true. Well, parts of her anyways. She's got a lot of aftermarket parts. I won't argue with that. I wouldn't know what to say. All right. So sorry, Amish Alex Jones is and by the way, I appreciate that he's sporting sort of a circa 1985 run-of-the-mill stand-up outfit, and yet he also chucked in a pocket kerchief.
They publish their plan.
Yes, because they're not ashamed of it. Unlike the hidden text messages that the Trump administration and all those lackeys were sending. It's weird that way, isn't it?
On the front page of the New York Times.
Oh, I didn't realize that's where the op-ed section was now.
January 6 hearings give Democrats a chance to recast midterm message.
Yeah, that's exactly their plan. Or it could be the writers at the New York Times making a political calculation about what it could mean with the Jan 6 committee, and no, give them a chance to. I see.
That came out first thing this morning for the.
It did first thing this morning, right out of the toaster.
The front page of the New York Times.
On the front page, how dare they?
January 6 hearings give Democrats a
Thank you. We're getting the drone's eye view.
Chance to recast midterm message. In other words, they're going to use January 6th as their main issue.
No, they could potentially, from the point of view of the writer. Hi, dum-dum. Look, is that a head wound or is that just an artifact? Seriously, what is this one flew over the cuckoo's nest stuff? Do you have to be lobotomized to work at InfoWars? What the fuck is that?
Entering.
Oh, he was just turning and a curl of his hair came down. But in that video part of it, it looked a little bit, now it looks like he's got devil horns. You know what? There might be something to this QAnon freeze frame business.
The midterms. Now, are they settling on this now, considering we've only got 154 days left till the midterms? Or are they going to abandon this ship when they realize it's a failing operation as well and move on to whatever the next current thing is?
Well, then if that's how they react to plans and they just sort of move from plan to plan, I got no news for you. Nobody gives a shit then. Then it's not a master plan. A master plan. Hold on, my earphones feel like I stepped on my cord or something, and when I moved my chair, and it kicked them out of my ears. It's not a master plan if you jettison it, fucko.
And they hired a news producer from ABC News.
Not ABC News. I hear they work for Good Morning America. You know, that CIA front that's trying to get me to like Kim Kardashian and Louis Vuitton bags and tell me what the hot toy of Christmas will be. Those bastards.
A director to hype this up for a made-for-television event.
Yeah, they and not only him, they're not just trying to hype it up with a producer from GMA. They're going to actually have hype men there. Lil Jon is going to be like, what? In the middle of it, like, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to present a piece of, okay. I'd like a piece of evidence into these texts. What? He said it in a recording. What? It's actually, we'll play it for you. What? I haven't played it yet. Okay.
Now imagine, they've gone through thousands of individuals' emails and text and everything for the
Yeah, it's almost like a big sprawling investigation.
last year and a half, looking to find anything. And
To find anything? Well, I don't even know why it took them that long. You can see anything anywhere you want. Anything is everywhere. It's everything. Anything is at that point. You just find everything. Everything is anything. They're just looking to find anything.
of course, they found nothing because there's nothing.
Well, isn't that the worst when you're looking for anything and you find nothing? But isn't that isn't that the way to inner peace? Isn't that the way you find yourself? Honestly, I was seeking anything, and what I found was nothing. You can't always get what you want.
There. So now what they're going to do
for now, I guess,
is they're going to basically put all that through a filter.
they're going to put it all through a filter, add a little ice to cool it off, strain it. Is it a 1 cup or are we talking about a whole pot? I guess it's thousands of emails, so obviously it's a whole pot.
And do what you might call selective editing or cherry picking.
Really? That's your job, dude.
So that they can bring certain things up out of context.
That's what it is. Out of context. I mean, the context is, here's a guy taking a shit. Who hasn't taken a shit? I mean, we all shit. Some of you are shitting right now. I know I'm on phones. Some of you just you just left the door open and I'm on the TV or something, and you're shitting currently. And that's, we shit. Everybody poops sometime when you're all alone. Yeah. But the only difference is that, they remove the context. And this guy shitting in the rotunda of the Capitol. I mean, and that obviously is just on its own. Being in the rotunda is not wrong. Shitting isn't wrong. So why is shitting in the rotunda wrong? Oh, because he beat a cop with a Blue Lives Matter flag before he did it. I see. You know what? It's context. You're right. I'm cherry picking.
Present them to the public to try to sway public opinion against Republicans and to continue their agenda of demonizing patriots. And
thank God that InfoWars is not in the business of demonizing people.
Who ordered Mojo.com?
He
New video
frauding the
our pick. We're looking at some.
After you're done drinking your little juices, well, you're ready to go out and have a baby.
Number 10, Pizzagate.
Anthony Weiner is going to be investigated for child porn on his phone and contacting minors.
The 2016 American presidential race was characteristically a pizza-related online panic
News, folks.
after a shoot.
I apologize to him.
Number 9
Yourself
is a 2010 federal over
Hold
the
on.
images community.
is going to trigger racial riots and racial killings.
He actually said there was a 90% chance the movie would cause a race war. Well, maybe not enough Mexican Americans saw it because nothing happened.
You've been given the green light to create a race riot film, to create division in this nation so the globalists can play whites and Hispanics and others off against each other.
Number 8, government-controlled important damned however
Goes on and on.
their purpose that these chemicals
Meteorologists, astrophysicists, and others that I've talked to have said what they're spraying and releasing would actually eat holes in the atmosphere and damage the soils of the planet.
As the cherry on top of this piece of hard-hitting investigative journalism, he warns that government weather weapons, such as HARP, could be used to cause natural disasters like earthquakes and the
Just read that God's going to destroy the earth next time by fire.
We're not really sure what they ever did to him, but Alex Jones sure dislikes Satanists. According to Jones, the demonic high-tech tyranny of the New
There's the
World
demons
Order is
part.
led by Satanist elites who create economic and health crises in order to advance their agenda of world domination.
And if you believe the Bible, it's being run by an ancient, powerful entity with super advanced intelligence.
This group of Illuminati has links to Hillary Clinton, Marina Abramovich,
Yes, he's never he doesn't demonize anyone except when he literally calls them demons.
and Lady Gaga. In fact, think of it kind of.
You're a hatchet man of the New World Order. You're a hatchet man.
Things got a little. America has conspiracy nearly.
Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
Number 5.
Oh God, yes, where he? Oh, good Lord. Oh yeah, he did this.
Unsettling segment. Alex dresses as the Joker from Christopher Nolan's 2008 film The Dark Knight, doing his
Well, that's unfair. He doesn't dress as Christopher Nolan's Joker from The Dark Knight. He dresses, I don't know, kind of as a what would you call that? That's a it looks like John Wayne Gacy doing his true clown makeup. Hold on. Where's my button? There it is. Want to know how I got these jowls? My father was a snacker. And every day he would come home from work with Little Debbie snack cakes and potato chips and lots of basically sugar, salt, and fat. And he would sit down in front of me, and I didn't want to eat any of it. And he'd go, "Why so serious?" What a bunch of assholes. Hold on. My button, there we go.
best
Like-
imitation of the character that wowed audiences with his unhinged and maniacal behavior. The InfoWars host starts the segment with a seriously chilling laugh, and things
Yeah, which he stole from that poster that people made.
just get weirder from there.
What's fun is laughing right back at these psychopathic bastards and telling them that we know exactly who they are and exactly what they're doing.
Still in
Yes, he knows exactly where they are and exactly what they're doing. And that's why years later, he had to declare bankruptcy because he told a bunch of parents whose children were shot to pieces that they didn't actually have children. Why so hangry, right? So here we go. Let's go back to Amish Alex Jones.
Excusing their political prisoners.
Okay, now we got to skip ahead and whatever, their ad piece.
I don't like talking about January 6th because of ongoing legal stuff.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it because of ongoing legal stuff. You mean the fact that your boss is going to be indicted on it, more than likely?
But obviously I'm innocent, and
obviously I'm innocent. It's clear that no sensible person would put me in charge of anything meaningful. Why do you think Alex let me run InfoWars while he's gone?
so therefore I can't lose.
Oh, I don't know. I believe in you. I think you've got a lot to lose.
Now I could have a rigged case against me, which is the case, or I could
So is there a case against you? Jesus.
not do well in court, but that would
Well, yeah, you're not going to do well in court. I'm just going to, first of all, you're going to represent yourself. Secondly, you're going to declare yourself a sovereign citizen and say that even the shackles they put on you are now your property, and you'd file a lawsuit to sue them for the key.
just be political persecution by bad people against me.
Not bad people. Say it isn't so. There's what? Bad people.
By the worst people of this country.
The bad to worse. The worst bad people you've ever seen. Of all the bad people, they're the worst.
Being politically persecuted by them, that's an honor. That's a victory.
Well, congratulations. Obviously, congratulations are in order.
But
wait a minute. And this is a big but.
there are big developments in the January 6th narrative now, or at least the Democrats are trying to bring it back because everything else has failed them, folks. They cannot figure out what is going to get people to the polls. And
well, I mean, honestly, you could argue the Supreme Court is about to fuck around and find out.
So they're going through this cycle now
of the thing that they've been working on for over a year. It's almost as if Republicans, and specifically maggots, hadn't made a failing attempt at overturning democracy, you would have stolen the midterm messaging from the Democrats. If you guys had any, that would assume that you guys actually can see, a couple of steps ahead and make judgment calls and strategic decisions based on how things are probably going to work out. And obviously, you can't run a show where your desk is covered in fucking paper every day and pretend people haven't heard your same shit over and over again.
They're repeat cycle now, and they're back on January 6th. Now,
well, no, it's a culmination. They're finally getting to it. We haven't done this before. You're thinking of Benghazi.
Notice, they've tried Ukraine. They've tried abortion.
They've tried Ukraine. They've tried abortion. Do we try? Oh, I see. We tried Ukraine by making Putin invade, and we tried abortion by making the conservative court eliminate a woman's right to choose. How are we trying? We're responding to things that are actually happening. Does this asshole get sideswiped by another car while going through an intersection and say, I tried a car accident?
They've tried everything under the sun, and that was after they already tried January 6th, and that didn't work.
No, you guys tried January 6th, and it didn't work, for the record.
But now they're back on January 6th, and the same people that promised you, like Adam Schiff and others, remember, they promised you that they had proof of Russian collusion. Well, I mean, I can sit here and tap on my watch.
Yeah, you mean the one that has the tracing chip in it that follows you around everywhere you go? Stop. And by the way, don't tap on it. It makes the guys in the van's ears hurt.
But I'd be doing that for the rest of my life because there is no evidence of Russian collusion.
How is it that this young, relatively skinny man has more gas than Alex does? Dude, burp before the show. How many times did I... Oh, God. Try to...
Because there never was any Russian collusion, and now we all know it was just made up by Hillary Clinton and her campaign.
No, that's what would happen if you played Jenga with headlines. That's how you would interpret these things.
But see, Adam Schiff and the Democrats they promised that they would show the evidence that they had of Russian collusion. Think about the boldness of those lies.
Well, they did. They ended up impeaching him. It's just the Senate kept him in. Just saying. He did get impeached.
To stand up there and tell you they are going to give you something that they don't have and they know doesn't exist. Now they're doing the same thing with January 6th, saying...
Well, I will say that if everybody involved in Trump's financial and political ties with Russia had been Facebook living themselves during the entire process, it would have been more helpful, I would say.
We've got more evidence.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't poop. That's a good point, Fish Delight. Thank you.
We've got more this. We've got more that. Yeah, well, you've been doing proctology exams of everybody that you possibly could involve with January 6th, and everyone's cooperating with you because nobody has anything to hide.
Yeah, everybody's cooperating. That's why Peter Navarro ended up in leg irons.
And so
and that's why Steve Bannon, another buddy of yours, avoided the subpoena as well and has got a lawsuit, has a trial coming up.
See if they do decide they're going to try to piece something together for a public viewing.
Public viewing.
I think that's their plan, as they now hired an ABC News producer or news editor.
I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm making giant assumptions about what this person is and what their motivations are and what they're going to do and how they're going to use this person or whatever. I don't even really know what they do. I just know it's not going to work.
To now run the Democrat Party propaganda over January 6th. And I'm pretty sure it was the same guy who helped ABC News spike the Jeffrey Epstein story.
Are you? Oh, yeah? When did that happen? Oh, during the Trump administration. I seem to... The guy who spiked the Jeffrey Epstein story? There was a story about the Jeffrey Epstein and spiking a story with so Trump's in office and he's president and Epstein gets arrested and somebody spikes this. They spike the story, do they? Somebody know this? No, I couldn't. It's weird. Somebody spiked the story. Okay, while Trump was president, Epstein gets okay. All right, I'm just clarifying.
Remember that with Gina Rohrbach? Yeah, the same people that cover up sex trafficking are the ones that are going to put out a media puff piece for their own political purposes about January 6th.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have contracted with one.
Oh, God. You need some lead in your pencil. We need this. Let me tell you what. We have a pill that will seal your butthole so tight that you could sit there and do a show all day without ever having to take a shit. Oh, this is when I hide your phone in that kind of stuff. The hide. What in the world? The fuck?
Or for the rest, he's still, Biden is way lower than Donald Trump. Way lower. Pretty amazing.
Why is the footage? Oh, yeah, because you're using Rasmussen, you think?
And nobody buys your media anymore. Nobody buys your propaganda anymore. Nobody buys your lies anymore. And he's such a failure that the American people obviously see what's going on.
Obviously.
They
see what's going on. That's why they're rushing back to work.
Blatant theft of the 2020 election. Biden didn't even campaign. Trump got 50,000 average at events.
Yeah, the same fucking people.
Biden.
We covered all this stuff. Also, he got more than that in some cases. He got 65,000 and stuff. He's not getting that number now. It's like 3,500, but
it's more votes than Obama.
Right, because everybody was able to vote, and that jacked up the numbers. Everybody was home. Everybody was paying attention. Nobody was distracted with their job.
I mean, you can go on and on, but you know the point. So the point is that, and imagine if the media wasn't lying about Trump all day long and they weren't lying about Biden all day long to protect him. Trump's approval rating would probably be up above 60 all the time, and Biden's would be below 40. But that's if we had a real media. That's if we lived in reality.
You don't.
Lived in the corrupt clown world now.
Well, is that the name of the studio? I mean, every studio should have a nickname. I'm still trying to come up with one for mine.
So Biden only trails Trump by 10.
Sometimes he gets a itch right where his RFID chip was inserted. It happens.
Points on the approval rating scale. It's only going to continue to go down.
It's only going to continue to go down. I'm fine.
Down as gas prices continue to go up.
Yeah, dude, gas prices. You don't have to tell me. At this point, that's what we're going to have to do. That's what's happening.
And the consumer price index continues to go up. So what do you do? What do you do if you're the Democrats? You've just been caught red-handed stealing the 2020 presidential election. Do you really want to double down and steal it in the light of day again in the midterms? That might be your only choice. What do? You've tried all these things to see if you could activate voters to get to the polls, and they all kind of fell flat. Interest in Ukraine is down. They didn't really get many people to show up at Roe.
Interest in Ukraine is down.
First wage stuff. They're not ready to fully go national with a midterm campaign on pro pedophilia, like drag queen dance time for kids.
Yes, yet another talking point that is permeate everywhere. Imagine if you will, the replacement for the drag queens everywhere reading stories to kids. It's all throughout the land, and you can't even go to a library anymore without the whole place being run by drag queens who only will talk to 9-year-olds. Imagine that talking point being replaced with, "Hey, an infrastructure bill passed. We're getting rural broadband out here."
I mean, what else have they tried? What else have they tried in the last 12 months to try to activate voters that's just failed? They got the gun control issue. It's all fallen flat. It's all fallen flat. They're not producing numbers. They're not producing interest, and it's not going to produce voters. So now they're going back to January 6th. Mm-hmm. And they don't even hide it anymore. They publish their plan on the front page of the New York Times. January 6th.
Wait, now they do this weird thing on the InfoWars thing where they loop you and you're watching the same shit. It's the same. They do this loop. What the hell is this? They do this every time. I'm beginning to think they have one of those algorithm, like those buttons you push that makes a clip of a live show, and this is the glitch in it. Or maybe they do it on purpose.
Continue to do TV stunts for political points. Think about it. They have political prisoners right now that they're torturing in jail. The Democrats are.
No.
All for political points. That's how little they value human life.
Says the guy who thinks we need machine guns in preschools.
We all know about their abortion stance, but they're willing to torture people in cells for their own political points.
Also, torture people in cells? The fuck are you talking about? What torture? Actually, now that I think about it, what does a maggot consider cruel and unusual punishment? They take away their Trump towel that they sleep with like a whoopee.
That's how sick the Democrat Party is. And the Republican Party just sits there and watches them. And Adam Schiff, the same guy who told you that he has proof of Russian collusion, multiple times Adam Schiff told you that he has the proof and he was going to show you the proof. He's yet to show that proof because he never had the proof, because there was no proof, because there was no Russian collusion. Adam Schiff is a liar. And now he says that he has proof of what on January 6th? I don't know. He just says, we've got new evidence. There's a great deal they haven't seen. Oh, you're right. You're right. The general public hasn't gone into people's private emails and messages like you freaks have. That's true. Yes, the general public has not read through thousands of Americans' emails and texts like a bunch of sycophant, psychotic freaks like you, Adam Schiff. You're right.
They're not just going through random people's emails, fucko. They're going through the emails of people who physically attacked cops on January 6th. Then this is in the same category, talk-wise, of when they say that like the FBI is going after parents for just caring what's going on in their school. Like, all right, did they go after everyone? No, they just went after Dave. What did Dave do? Oh, they threatened to blow up the school and kept calling the principal's house and saying you're going to die in flames and hanging up. Oh, all right. So not so much the parenting thing was the issue.
You're right, Adam Schiff. Most people don't go through people's private messages for their own political stunts. That's a you thing, Adam Schiff. That's a you thing. And where is your Russian collusion evidence, Adam Schiff? Oh, that's right. It doesn't exist. You lied about that, too. But I'm sure you're being honest about this, Schiff. So then I see this. New. The coming collapse of Donald Trump's January 6th conspiracy, Part 8, Ali Alexander. And I'm like, this...
Wait, I know Ali Alexander.
This is curious. I wonder what they're saying here.
Hey, this is curious. I wonder what they're saying here. I know Ali Alexander. We hang out all the time. Wait a minute. He's been giving his text messages? I was texting this fucker. What?
So I go to try to read this from Seth Abramson and, sorry, it's behind a paywall. The information is so important, folks. The information is so important. It's a matter of national security. It's so important that Seth Abramson wants you to pay $20 to read his story that I'm sure is a...
What kind of commie bullshit is this from InfoWars? I'm sorry, what was this about? Don't you have a membership-only version of the show and videos and stuff that you join InfoWars and you get... Oh, fuck, man.
Giant nothing burger. So, man, I'm really curious. I want to find out, what did Ali Alexander do, Seth? Tell me.
Yes, I'm starting to get nervous because I was texting with him on January 5th.
Blocked by your paywall. Funny for a communist. Funny thing for a communist.
Well, he's not a communist. You seem to be the communist because you're the one balking at the paywall.
Funny thing indeed, but it's not working. Bloomberg Politics headline: voters aren't punishing GOP candidates over January 6th Capitol attack, but it's a peaceful protest when you burn and murder and rape and everything else you guys love to do.
They just love to do it. You know, it's just a hobby. You know what I mean? I think it should be all, progressives apparently want to add all that stuff to the Olympics next year.
No, they're backing them. No, what the problem is the Democrats. That's your problem. Democrats are scumbag, lying, deceitful demons, and people realize that.
Wait a minute. Didn't you start this whole bullshit with they demonize people? And you just called every Democrat a demon. For the record, let's see. Obviously, do we have anybody who might have... Yeah. I'd like to have a word, if I may. Now, for the record, I have never voted for a Democrat in my life. I have only voted for Republicans. Repeatedly. And I don't mean over the years, although I have done that every time. I repeatedly in the same election. You see, I I'm registered to vote in a cabin in North Carolina, but I mainly live out of my apartment in Jim Jordan's district, and then I summer near Mitt Romney's car, his automobile elevator that he has. It's enormous. It's a gleaming skyscraper. I love the thing, of course. And I'm registered to vote in 4 different states under variations of my name, where like Beelzebub, Beelzebub, like it goes through a different thing. Anyways, and I voted. I live in the Villages for real. I spend most of my time there because I'm a sucker for a hot golf cart honey. Anyways, you were calling Democrats demons, and I was just saying that don't include me in that. I don't buy it. It's rude. You were saying Amish
now.
youth pastor?
That has nothing to do with January 6th. Although I guess it does, because what you're doing over January 6th is so criminal and so dangerous. Even Tulsi Gabbard gets it. Tulsi Gabbard shreds Biden administration. They weapon.
Even Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, when Tulsi Gabbard has turned against you, what is there left? I mean, she's been the stalwart supporter of the Democrats as a all right.
Weaponize government against the people, but it's actually worse than that.
Shreds Biden administration. They weaponize government against the people. Oh, it's
Tulsi
from Infowars.
They weaponize the government against their political opposition.
Oh, he made a note against the people. He goes, and he changed it. The Infowars. He was making notes on the Infowars. So, and holy shit, is this the articles from then? This looks like a picture from the presidential debates.
So yeah, it's
the Democratic
against we the people. It's against their political opposition. They've turned the government into a force for their agenda, for their party politics.
Terrible.
And then again, the Proud Boys. There are more charges against the Proud Boys. What about Black Lives Matter and Antifa that are responsible for the largest, most dangerous, murderous, and expensive riots in U.S. history? Anything for them? No.
Well, yeah.
DOJ.
Yeah, actually, a lot of them are arrested and are staying in jail, and the organizations themselves didn't organize the riots per se. Antifa is different, I suppose. You'd have to talk to Portland about that. But as far as BLM goes, that was those were the protests, not the riots. But you know what? You're right. Why do we make a distinction between peaceful protesters and the ones that become violent? Why do we let the BLM protesters off the hook for what the rioters did? I think you're right. You know what? One standard for all, and therefore everyone that was at the Trump gathering that led to, even if they left and weren't part of the actual attack on the Capitol, I think you're right. They all need to go to jail. How about that? If that's the standard you're setting.
GA, FBI, no, they're not interested.
No, it's not interested. Except if you go to their website and they show the people they're still looking for or the people that they've arrested. You can't read that shit on Infowars. This guy looks like he's looking for argument fuel amongst a bunch of random papers that somebody set down. I know. I had a point here somewhere.
Not interested. And
that was a solid one.
Most dangerous, murderous, and expensive riots in U.S. history. Anything for them? No. DOJ, FBI? No, they're not interested. Not interested. And we've got more footage now of the police murdering Roseanne Boylan that day. And so everything they tell you about January 6th is a lie, but the Democrats still believe all the lies, even though all the people that died
Roseanne Boylan
that day were Trump supporters killed by police, including an unarmed woman. Normally the liberals would care about that, but not in this case. This case, they're glad she's dead.
Yeah, that's what we do. Just, mainly not because she's a woman even, but because she was unarmed. I think that's I think I was personally offended that she would call her. It's more like it's like a branding thing, How dare you be a maggot and attack the Capitol and not be armed? Oh, she had a backpack full of for like provisions and weapons so that she could stay and hold people off in the Capitol. Oh, that's where. Okay. And she may have had a gun after all. And there were guns nearby that they were going to send the signal like it's working. Go get them. we're ready to hold the place. We've got the volume of people that we've routed them, and you'll start bringing guns in, and we'll have this big violent sit-in, and we'll execute who we want to kill. Like, that part didn't. Okay. I think it's a matter of the unarmed part of it. By the way, you're watching House Sparks Mega Worldwide. We do the full. Hold on one second. We do the whole clip, whether we like it or not. Even when they repeat. I got this for my kid, and it was in his toy box. We were cleaning it out, and we just forgot how fun it was. Fart gun.